What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since my last video, but that's because in the meantime I've been writing a lot of music, and the last time I did a review of this guitar, this is my 8-string Kiesel Zeus or NAM8, and in that last video I mentioned that I was ordering a Aries 8-string, which just came in the other day. So without wasting anybody's time, here it is. This is the NAM8 or Neck-through Aries multi-scale 8-string. And it's been a long time coming, waiting for this guitar, but it's been totally worth it because it's exceeded my expectations. So let's just get right into the specs of this guitar. So like I said previously, this is a neck-through instrument, and I don't think Kiesel puts enough emphasis on the neck joint where the neck meets the body on their neck-throughs, especially on this Aries right here. It is extremely smooth. And if you see, I went with Kiesel's option, British Racing Green. This is a black limba body wings, and then also a black limba neck. I really wanted this color specifically. In future guitars I'll go for crazy tops, like, you know, you'll see. But this guitar I wanted to do one last solid color, kind of like the Zeus over here, but darker. The themes of these guitars, the tone woods, the specs, are kind of flip-flopped. This guitar back here, I wanted to go a little bit brighter and kind of have a light aesthetic to it. That's why it's in vintage white with the maple. This completely different philosophy, so a really dark kind of metal looking color with completely different woods. If you notice the fretboard, that is Purpleheart. So I have Purpleheart on the truss rod cover. Yeah, so they feel very similar when they're like in your lap, these two, but the difference is obviously this is a double cut, that's a single cut. The scale length is exactly the same, even though this has a headstock. The scale length for both of these guitars is 26 by 27.5 in the bass. I currently have them both tuned to drop E, but this guitar, being the more metal out of the two, will be in C sharp eventually. Which brings me to the pickups. So again, with the aesthetic, you see the white, and then you have the black pickups. The Zeus back here has the stock lithiums that come with most Kiesel instruments. This Aries has the polarity active pickups with 2 voicings, 5-way switch, which is amazing because net gives you 10 options as far as pickups go. So yeah, the theme with this one is more brighter, kind of comprehensible sound for cleans with the alder and the maple. This, like I said, completely different. It's not a bolt-on, it's a neck-through with the black kalimba and the Purpleheart. Went for the chrome hardware, black pickups obviously. I have abalone, wonder if you could pick it up on the camera. Abalone on the knobs, and then also an abalone logo, which looks amazing. Also, the back of this neck is just absolutely beautiful. Unlike the Zeus back here that I had for about a year before I decided to do a review on it, I've only had this Aries for 2 days. But like I said, it exceeded all of my expectations. They got the spec perfect, and Kiesels usually come pretty set up. You don't have to really do anything to them. They play very well out of the box, but this guitar in particular, I don't know if they knew like the type of player I was just by the specs I was going for, but it has extremely low action. The action, the strings are laying on the frets, and there's no buzz anywhere unless, like, you know, dig into it, which I don't. I don't really play very aggressively. But it's insane. I should also mention these are locking Kiesel tuners here at the top. They work very well. I tuned it when it first got here, and it hasn't gone out of tune since. So there you go. Some other things. This theme I have going with my custom guitars that I've been ordering lately is I will leave the fretboard blank. There's no inlays whatsoever. However, on all Kiesels, these side dots are standard, and they do glow in the dark. It works pretty well. String through also, and you can see the little battery pack here because these pickups are active. And what do you know, it came with a battery, so you can play this thing right out of the box. And I would love to talk and nerd out for another like 10 minutes explaining, you know, why this thing plays so beautifully and amazing. But I mean, really, you just got to order one for yourself, guys. But this is my Kiesel Aries 8-string multi-scale. It's also my first neck-through instrument, which I should probably add. I thought this thing was going to be heavy, like a heavier guitar, but honestly the Zeus back here, being alder and maple, weighs more than this Aries. I've never experienced Black Limba or Purpleheart before, and you gotta think that this thing has hardware, like a lot of hardware in comparison to a headless guitar, and where there would be a gap with a bolt on, just because they're two separate pieces of wood bolted to each other. This thing, there's no gap. It's just Black Limba all the way through. And it's extremely light, which I don't go out of my way to play or own lighter guitars. I kind of like a little bit of weight, just to feel of quality. But this thing is pretty light, and I love it. So that is my review on my Kiesel Aries 8-string. I highly recommend going on the website and speccing one out yourself. You'll be waiting about 20 weeks for your average build. With the Zeus back here that I got last year, it was 10 weeks exactly from when my order went in to when it was delivered. But there's a lot of people ordering guitars now, so if you know what you want, get it before it's gone, okay? Later. Peace out.